Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to TEW2016 Local to Global, where we're taking Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling and trying to take it from a local backyard wrestling federation into a global powerhouse, which we've not been very successful with so far. So it's been a bit of a hiatus as we were kind of starting some other shows on the channel. But we've kind of decided that I think Cyberpunk's going to be more of a monthly show. Just because it seems like it's a more of a slow going thing, and all the other projects are taking up a little bit more time. So we're back after a bit of a hiatus, maybe about a month or so. Actually, maybe about 2 months now. But we are back. We are running it. So thank you for your patience for those that are interested now. Where are we? Well, we've been stuck in between that local to small range for quite a bit of time. We've been really struggling trying to get past that hump, and now we're in a bad financial situation where we are now deeply in debt. The game does give us a bit of some leniency in our money issue. Mostly, though, that is only in the local phases that we're at now. And it only gives us, I think, a window of a year. So going to be an issue for us just simply because we're running out of time and we really need to make that money back while also developing upwards. So we had to kind of figure out how to do that. Our roster's about right size. We had talked about maybe getting rid of some of the more expensive ones. We haven't had got Evil in for a good price, and I think we're at the point now where we could probably bounce Kingston out. Honestly, one of the problems just with any of these mods is that these prices are way too high. It's very exciting to hear that in TEW 2020, a lot of these prices might be a little bit more manageable. It makes this initial hurdle really difficult. Where Joey Ryan and Evil might just be way too much money that we should be spending, where our main eventers really should probably be at a $400 range. But we have to deal with what we got, and that's where we're at. We also have our written character that we're playing as, Neuromancer, who's currently listed as a mid-carder. So we can utilize him for some angles and some matches. He's not great, though. Actually, he's not horrible at hardcore, but he will be okay, and we can kind of use him as needed. So we do have Brain Hack 11 days away. We have to quickly recap the last show. Basically, we had Gaff, who is Darby Allin, because if you don't spend a bit of time, remember that we gave everybody our own Cyberpunk names, kind of following that Chikara vibe, because it's sort of this like neo cyberpunk kind of wrestling promotion. Their characters are supposed to be their own unique individuals, and maybe kind of in their own little universe and world. So Gaff assaults Jody after winning. Kimberly confronts him, and they have a standoff. Gaff and Kimberly basically leading to a confrontation here. Young boy Jody quickly rising up the ranks. Of course, we had Kingston upset that he wasn't in the tournament, threatens to burn the place down. Jody defeats Brian Connor. Young boy Jody moves to the final. So we had that little tournament there, and we're giving Jody some initial push here. So I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably end up jobbing Kingston out and moving him out, just to save some money, and we'll continue with the Kimberly and Gaff feud, and probably do some other stuff going forward. But let's go ahead and book Brain Hack, and let's move on from there and see if we can kind of get back to the small size. First, we have some news. Yeah, we have that local tri-state. That's fine. They're not going to be happy with us. We're probably going to lose it at some point. It's not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and let's go over towards Brain Hack. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here real quick. Brian Pillman thinks he needs a better push. What are you at now? Well, let's take a look at that. Zero complaint. Everyone's upset. Okay. Let's take a look at why. Mid-card, yeah, it's fine. I really wish the game just did this automatically, to be honest, or gave you an option of a max level. It doesn't matter that much to me whether they move up or down that far. Here, we'll just auto push. All right, let's make sure nothing crazy happened there. No, we look fine. Oh, God, that's a lot of main eventers all of a sudden. Oh, right, because we went down to local. All right, well, that's fine. That will be okay. We do have Brain Hack tonight. Nothing else in the works that we need to really worry about, so let's go ahead and just book the show. Hopefully nothing bad backstage happening. We do have an incident. Timmy Lou Reeton was brought before a wrestler's court, accused of forgetting to shake another hand. Okay, so not a big deal. Shouldn't have anything to worry about, though our rating is pretty low, and I'm pretty sure when the lower it is, the more possibility of issues can arise between people. Though I think most of that is predicated on them having issues with one another already. I'm going to clear the air, just to remove some of those problems that we had with everybody. There we go. It lowers it a little bit, but gives us a bonus as well. Gets them personally a little bit happier to be able to speak their mind, but hurts our backstage rating a little bit. It's probably worth it for now since we had so many very minor quibbles. It might be enough to kind of settle those and take care of them. Okay, so we got a show. 120 minutes shouldn't be that hard to book, and then what we have to do is afterwards really look at what we're going to do with Cyberpunk after this, because clearly what we're doing is not working. I think it's going to be removing pay-per-views entirely. I think it's just going to be one show a month and just really slowly building, and that might be the best option. They're running, because I think we're running, 2 shows a month, one pay-per-view every other month, and one show a month, so basically like 3 every 2 months kind of thing. We might just want to do one, as little time as possible and just build it that way. Might be better for us. So we'll take a look at it. But let's go ahead and book it. Okay, we got a show to run. So we did about 98 minutes, about the best I could do. Definitely shouldn't be doing pay-per-views, because I had to put everybody on here. So that's definitely the leak where our money is. So something going forward we're going to look at and just axing pay-per-views what together. But we'll look at it after the fact. This is sort of not a season finale. Sort of just end of some storylines, start of some new ones. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happens on Brain Hack. We started off with a really bad, really bad Battle Royal. Just to get people on and get some time. I probably didn't need to do this, but I just was worried that so many people would be upset if they were left off the pay-per-view. So, yeah, I know it's a bad idea. I probably could have just done one match for somebody, or maybe even like a tag team, and been fine. But we have a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar. Evil wins the Battle Royal in 12 minutes. Final 4 were Beast, Joey Ryan, and Afa, and Beast being the final elimination. Evil also got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and Volgar is improving with his technical skills. So fine, 31E plus. It's actually not that bad for considering the wide range of people that are in here. We have a announcement afterwards. So officially declaring that Gaff won the Netrunner tourney, and that he will face Kimberly in the main event for the Cyberpunk Grand Championship. And oh, that's wrong. I don't know. I gotta fix that. But he should have been declared as winning the tournament title. We'll fix it. Don't know why that's weird. But he officially is the first winner of the Netrunner tournament. It does okay. 22, not horrible. Afterwards, we have the Whisper coming out, and for the first time speaking, which was probably a bad idea because apparently the Whisper's bad at everything. He comes out, speaks, and says that someone else has heard the Whisper, and emerges in a similar mask as his, Dark Brian Connor. If you remember from the last show, Brian Connor was dragged backstage after the Whisper scouted him silently, and somehow has turned him into some kind of disciple. He says that he has heard the Whisper like he has, and now Brian Connor apparently evil. Yeah, so we got that going on. Deserve better announcing. I actually got the commentary a boost here, and actually the angle got the crowd hotter, so I actually did better than I thought it would. Yes, we do want to change. So we want to complete his turn. So this is a weird one. Complete success for his turn. I'm not changing his gimmick, which probably doesn't make much sense, but Brian Pillman Jr. is not very good in this mod for a lot of different gimmicks, so I'm kind of afraid to change him, especially for a short-term storyline. Afterwards, Connor, the new Dark Connor, gets to have a match against Ace Austin, and it's pretty good. E25, decent reaction from the crowd, subpar wrestling. Connor defeats Ace Austin in 12 minutes when Ace Austin was knocked out. Not bad. Whisper did some good work at the ringside, being the manager of Connor. Deserve better announcing. We had Connor at 27, Austin at a 25. We advance of the Shadow Looms Whisper storyline. Not bad. We have an okay match, which is the last one we're definitely going to be able to do with this for a while, because I think I got a penalty from this. But we have Cyberpunk versus Daikatana for the championship again, with Cyberhawk again defeating Daikatana, with Nighthawk getting a submission after interference from Razorhawk. They make defense number 3, and once again, their trio dynamic giving the upset. I'm a little concerned because I was going to lead this to like a steel cage match, but doing so many already is starting to give me penalties for it. So something to kind of know about that. Though honestly, whatever penalty it was doesn't seem too horrendous, because overall it's not far off from what we would expect from them. So that's good. Nighthawk is also improving his flying skills. We have a match with the Cyber Demon versus Young Boy Jody. Cyber Demon defeats Jody in 8 minutes by submission. It's not bad. Gets the crowd buzzing. 29 and 30. Jody's actually a little bit higher rated than Cyber Demon, which is interesting. Gets us a 29. And afterwards, Cyber Demon starts to attack Jody in the ground, and Neuromancer comes out to make the save, and the two of them kind of stand off, and seems like they have some kind of history together. And we start a Neuromancer Dark Betrayal storyline. This does not great, unfortunately. That's kind of a bummer. We have a main event, Kimberly versus Gaff. Had good heat, decent wrestling. Gaff defeats Kimberly in 17 minutes by submission after interference from Kingston, who was upset by not being in the match, and he wins the Grand Championship title. Kimberly had a 40, Gaff had a 30. Kimberly All-Comer storyline ends, and then the Gang versus the King storyline starts with this match. And then afterwards, Kingston and Gaff kind of meet in the middle at the match, with Gaff holding the belt. Gaff seems to be kind of trying to welcome him into his gang, and instead Kingston attacks him, lays him out, and points to his belt, making it known that he has no allegiances, and the only reason why he even helped him was because he was upset that he wasn't in the match, and that belt rightly belonged to him. So we set up a dynamic there with Kimberly, Gaff, and Kingston, which is not bad. This segment gains heat for the new storyline, which is great, and ends the show with a 40 with a D-, which actually isn't too bad for where we are. So, ends it up with a 32 E+. Could have been better. We do gain popularity in our region, which is nice. We'll make a speech. Nobody was off their game. So, everyone gets complimented. And there we go. Perfect. All right, what do we got going on here? We move back up to small. Going back and forth in this one. We enter a grace period for the Rise, which is good. We got some booking complaints, but that's fine. And a low TV rating, but that's to be expected. We're still deep in the hole now, but at least we're back to small. We have Cyberpunk in a couple days. So we have a monthly every Thursday. I think we just do once a month, a 1 hour show. I don't think we could do less than that, right? And I think that's just what we do. So we might do it that way. I've contemplated how to continue forward with this save, and I think one of the problems that at least I'm having creatively is it's taking a while, and I don't know if I want to do one show per event or whether we skip a couple. But unfortunately, this particular mod takes so long to run. It's not like I can do multiple shows per time. It takes about like an hour just to get through the save file sometimes, which is a real bummer. So I don't know necessarily how I want to go forward with the show. I might sim it ahead and maybe do a yearly recap. Maybe we do 4 pay-per-views a year and we lead up to that and do like a year in review. Tell me what you guys think would be the best, or do we just go slow and just tag along month after month and see what Cyberpunk's up to and see how long it takes us to get anywhere. Let me know what you guys think. I think our roster is pretty okay. Like I said, we're probably going to job Kingston out soon, and other than that, I think we're not too hideous in terms of the cost. Kingston's high. Evil's probably a little high. And so is Ryan, but everybody else is basically where we would want in terms of pricing. So it's not horrendous. We are going to lose money over time, but that's fine. Of course, I didn't help it with doing that battle royal, so I'm my own worst enemy as usual. But that is Cyberpunk. Again, let me know how you guys want to see the episodes develop in the future. Do we do month by month? Do we skip ahead and do several matches and recap storylines? Or do we do a yearly every month and to see how long it takes to develop? Let me know. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.